In the fading light of Egypt's twilight, 4 adventurers stood on the precipice of the unknown. Their hearts raced with both fear and excitement as they faced the crumbling stone archway, sealed with rusted chains and a weathered warning, "Do not enter." Jake, the reckless leader, saw the chains as a challenge, a chance to carve their names into history. Emma, the thrill-seeker, couldn't resist the allure of the curse, her camera ready to capture the tale of the unnamed queen. Liam, the skeptic, dismissed it as a mere tourist trap, eager to debunk the myth for likes and laughs. And Maya, the cautious soul, felt the whispers of the past, urging her to heed the signs. With a grin, Jake cut through the chains, inviting them into the labyrinth where history awaited. One by one they crossed the threshold, swallowed by the darkness, leaving the howling wind behind. Inside the cursed tunnel, the air was thick with dust, and the floor seemed to cling to their shoes, as if smeared with tar. The walls bore elaborate hieroglyphs, depictions of a woman in a crown, her eyes gouged out, surrounded by kneeling, screaming figures. Emma, her voice trembling, recognized the carvings. They spoke of Queen Nitocris, a mythic figure said to have drowned her enemies in a lake of blood, the Bride of the Nile. Supposedly she had been buried alive here, her curse upon Egypt. Liam, ever the skeptic, scoffed at the myth, kicking at a human-shaped scorch mark on the ground. To him, it was just another tale to debunk. A dissonant whisper echoed through the tunnel, like a woman humming a lullaby. Cold air brushed past them, setting the hairs on their necks on end. Panic seized Maya as she insisted it wasn't the wind, urging them to leave before it was too late. But Jake, his eyes catching the edge of a doorway, declared it too late to turn back. A chamber lay ahead, waiting to reveal its secrets. The tunnel yawned open into a vast circular chamber, where the air seemed to throb with an unspoken menace. At its heart lay a sarcophagus, its lid slightly ajar, surrounded by relics of a forgotten age. Emma, her voice barely steady, documented the chamber, realizing this was a discovery lost to time, erased from history's pages to conceal its dread. As the chamber's oppressive silence deepened, Maya's light flickered and died, leaving her adrift in an abyss of shadows. Her fear was palpable, a living, breathing entity. Liam, dismissive of the peril, clutched the dagger with a feigned bravado, eager to play the hero against the unknown. But the chamber had its own guardian. A skeletal hand rose from the sarcophagus, seizing Liam with an iron grip, transforming his laughter to screams. In a blur of motion, Liam was consumed by the very darkness he mocked, his GoPro capturing the finality of the sarcophagus's embrace. The chamber echoed with laughter, a sound ancient and malevolent. Jake, Maya, and Emma bolted for the tunnel, but the labyrinth had other plans. The walls shifted, transforming into a twisting maze that defied logic. Jake, terrified and gasping for breath, attempted to lead the way, his mind racing against the encroaching shadows. But their path was barred by a dead end, a fresco of Queen Nitocris looming tall, her painted eyes weeping black ichor. Emma, in a desperate plea, screamed into her camera, hoping her apology would pacify the wrath they had awakened. But from the cracks, long black tendrils emerged, silencing her cries as they pulled her into the darkness. Maya, overwhelmed by the horror, collapsed, her sobs echoing through the chamber. Jake, refusing to surrender to the darkness, tugged her up, determined to escape the Queen's grasp. But the ground betrayed them, giving way beneath their feet, and they plummeted into the unknown. Jake and Maya fell, swallowed by the abyss, their screams echoing into the void. They crashed into a viscous, blood-red lake, a liquid abyss that reeked of iron. Bones floated beneath the surface, while skeletal hands reached from the stone walls, yearning for escape. From the lake's center, Queen Nitocris rose, her decayed form glimmering in the dim light. Her rotting linen fluttered around skeletal limbs, and her leathery face bore a grotesquely serene expression, hollow sockets glowing an eerie green.
You entered the waters of my vengeance. Now you will drown in it.
The blood lake churned violently, skeletal hands erupting from below, pulling Jake under. His muffled screams bubbled and faded into the depths. Maya clawed her way to a hidden crevice, her heart pounding with desperation. She squeezed through as the lake's surface stilled behind her, leaving behind the Queen's wrath. Maya stumbled into the crypt, her breath ragged with fear and exhaustion. She found herself surrounded by relics of past explorers, their journeys cut short by the labyrinth's curse. Her trembling fingers traced the words left by those who came before, a chilling testament to the fate that awaited her. The light died, swallowing the chamber in impenetrable darkness. The air grew cold, and Maya felt the eerie whisper of breath upon her ear.
Stay, your soul will make such lovely company.
Maya's scream tore through the silence, a cry of desperation and terror. But as abruptly as it began, it was cut short, leaving only suffocating silence in its wake. As dawn broke over the ancient pyramids, the world seemed unchanged, a silent witness to the horrors that had unfolded beneath its sands. The crumbling archway stood sealed once more, as if barring the secrets of the labyrinth from ever being uncovered again. The wind, ever a patient guardian, swept across the desert, brushing away the fresh scratch marks that marred the ancient stone. With each grain of sand, it erased the evidence of trespass, leaving only the eternal silence of the dunes. And through the stillness, a faint melodic humming drifted across the horizon, a haunting refrain, echoing the lost souls that had dared to disturb the Queen's eternal slumber. The labyrinth remained, its secrets sealed within the sands of time. As dawn broke over the ancient pyramids, the world seemed unchanged, a silent witness to the horrors that had unfolded beneath its sands. The crumbling archway stood sealed once more, as if barring the secrets of the labyrinth from ever being uncovered again. The wind, ever a patient guardian, swept across the desert, brushing away the fresh scratch marks that marred the ancient stone. With each grain of sand, it erased the evidence of trespass, leaving only the eternal silence of the dunes. And through the stillness, a faint, melodic humming drifted across the horizon, a haunting refrain echoing the lost souls that had dared to disturb the Queen's eternal slumber. The labyrinth remained, its secrets sealed within the sands of time. As the dawn bathed the pyramids in a warm, golden glow, the world above remained blissfully unaware of the horrors hidden beneath its sands. The labyrinth, with its secrets and curses, lay sealed, hidden from the prying eyes of the living, a realm of eternal shadows. And as the credits roll, a haunting laughter echoes, a reminder of the Queen's insatiable hunger for souls. The desert continues its endless vigil, its sands whispering tales of those who dared to disturb the Queen's eternal slumber. And through it all, the Queen remains, her presence a shadow over the land, her laughter a chilling promise of what lies beneath. For in the labyrinth of the cursed Queen, no one comes out alive. And so ends the tale of those who ventured where they should not, leaving behind only whispers in the desert wind. This is the legacy of the labyrinth, a place where the living become echoes, forever lost to the sands of time. The credits continue to roll, the haunting laughter fading into silence, leaving only the whisper of the wind.